Welcome to Top 5 Niches of the Week, the original print-on-demand niches show. I've got 5 niches coming down the pipeline for you to target to increase your sales. We are almost at episode 200, by the way, so if you're excited for that, make sure you're subscribed so that you catch it 1 week from today. But let's get right to it. Let's kick things off with an Amazon merch sales update for inspiration. So in the last 7 days, I made 358 sales, bringing in $1,116 in royalties on the US market on $5,300 in sales, and about another maybe $250 or so dollars profit from international markets. Now, I actually pre-recorded this episode by a few days because I am in Austin, Texas, presenting on a panel at South by Southwest with CNBC on how to make passive income. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get the replay and share it with you guys, but I'm super excited for that. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can keep up with the updates. That's linked in the description, and I post daily sales updates for inspiration. All right, let's look at the top 10 best sellers right now. This is with the protected brands filtered out, so you're not going to find any like Marvel shirts in the mix. They will be filtered out by the research tool Podly that we're using. So you can see here pretty much completely dominated by St. Patrick's Day. It looks like one of the reading themed shirts is here, and then also a birthday shirt there in the top right. So let's get to these top 5 niches. Niche number 1 today is going to be, and every niche that we look at today, by the way, is about a month out. So I'm giving you time to get prepared, get positioned for success. Niche number 1 is autism awareness. I wanted to put this first because at the beginning of the month, you're going to see the most demand for products in this niche. Okay, autism awareness. I saw a comment on the last video talking about trying to guess the top 5 niches. Well, if you guessed this one, congrats. I'm going to call this one probably the most obvious niche that I'm going to share in this episode. But I like this niche for a number of reasons. Number 1, it's in high demand. Number 2, it's a calendar niche, but it's one that's easier to overlook. If you've been selling print on demand though for a while, you definitely had this one on your radar. Pops up every year. But I also like it because the design, you know how to approach the design. Like the multicolor designs do really well. The puzzle theme, they don't have like a specific color scheme, but they also kind of do. I would call it more or less the red, blue, green, yellow in the design that I just highlighted there. I also wanted to plug Creative Fabrica. I know probably a lot of people are using it, but if you're not, I'll put my link in the description. You can join for $4.99 a month. When you type in autism awareness, I mean, there are just page after page after page of design elements you can use in your designs. So you can either create your own designs, you could use AI. By the way, Creative Fabrica has their own AI, or you could use some of these, right? And I like to tweak them, make them my own, but I just wanted to show you that these are approachable. You can make quality designs that stand up with the best of them using Creative Fabrica, even if you have no design experience, okay? And challenge yourself to get better when it comes to design. Most of us aren't really good when we start, but over time we get better, okay? Niche number 2 today. How about April Fools? Did you guess that niche? April 1st is also April Fools, and there's a lot of funny shirts. There aren't really any. Oh, actually, I was going to say there probably isn't that many like specific to April Fools themed shirts, but there's actually 2 in the top 10. The first one has this arrow right here, and it says this fool was born on April Fool's Day. So I guess there's always the calendar. Well, if it's a specific date on the calendar, birthday, right? We just had a leap year, and what did we see? We saw leap day birthday shirts selling really well. And behind me here in the 10 spot, there is a very generic April Fool's Day shirt with a little jester hat. I typically don't like to take that approach for designs personally, again, but it's working. So, you know, it's not always about me. I'm just a talking head on a screen. I don't know everything, but this design behind me here, it just says April Fool's Day. Very generic. Not typically the approach I would take. I would be more like selling these funny shirts, like the one that says twat waffle. You know what I mean? Whatever. I mean, I'm would I think to sell it? No. But if I see it selling when I search April Fools, I'm like, okay, if I want to make a dent in the April Fools niche, I want to make, you know, my own rendition, my own version of all of these sub niches. You know, you see the to-do list, your mom, and it's crossed out. 3 of those in the top 8. Okay. So 3 of the top 8 are the to-do list, your mom. Take a hint. That's probably going to be the best selling April Fool's Day shirt, right? That's why we do research. So we don't have to guess. Niche number 3 Before we get to niche number 3 this week, guys, quick plug. I have a free print-on-demand mini course. It is very thorough. If you would like to take advantage of it, use the link in the description. Give me your email address. I'll send you one lesson a day for 20 days in a row. And check out my print-on-demand Facebook group, also linked down there. So niche number 3, how about Easter? Again, another obvious one. This is, of the niches we're going to talk about today, it's the big, obvious calendar niche that's going to be hard to make a dent in if you just want to go and upload generic like rabbit graphics, right? Like I had somebody email me that said that, they're struggling to make sales. I said, send me some links to your designs. And I looked and all their designs were really good, but very few of them had text. So it's a lot of just like, I'm going to use AI, generate this graphic and upload it. It can work. I mean, look behind me. It can work, but it's not really the approach I ever take. Like the first line of my response was, about 99.9% of all of my listings have text in the design. If it's not only a text-based design, by the way, I love text-based designs where there's not even a graphic. If you want to go just the graphic route, I think that, again, it can be done, but it's, in my opinion, and I'm just a talking head on a screen, I don't know everything, probably not the best way, And if you're going to do the graphics, do like the one I'm pointing to here, text plus graphic. But if you're going to try to make a dent in the Easter niche, uploading the 50,000th shirt that says Happy Easter is probably going to be tough to make work, okay? So maybe there's a way to put a 2024 spin on it. And I've mentioned this in the past, but you can say Easter 2024 in your title as the first 2 keywords is exactly how I would do it. You don't have to put even a 2024 spin on the design. Just putting the 2024 in there is going to help a little bit in differentiating yourself from the previous submissions from all previous years, right? So that's just a little tip there. By the way, Easter this year is in March. I know that's weird, right? But it is March 31st. So in case you're, not sure when to get started with Easter or you think you have time, there is not much time. I would get started immediately. Niche number 4, Military Kids Day. Did you know Military Kids Day is April 15th? If you've been selling print on demand and been subscribed to my channel, you know this because we talked about it at least last year, probably the year before. Another really good niche because it's one that gets overlooked. It's one that's easy to design in because it has a very clear-cut color scheme associated with it, and that is the purple color. The first design there, 35,000 BSR already. What does it say? It says Purple Up Military Child. Okay, take a hint. Design with the color purple. Do some research, you know what I mean? It's a Purple Up Military Child. The second one says Raised by a Hero, Veteran's Son. Third one, Raised by a Hero, Veteran's Daughter. By the way, same seller, went ahead, changed the word son to daughter. Guys, if you're not doing that and you're making these really nice designs, you need to tweak them and make multiple versions of the designs that speak to different people. I know that's obvious, but sometimes I'm just here to remind you of the obvious. Purple Up for military kids. So guys, hopefully, you'll get into this niche and make some sales. I think it's a very accessible niche, all things considered. Niche number 5 this week, 420. I'm not a smoker, all right? It's not my thing, but I don't judge. If that's your thing, respect. It doesn't have to be your thing, by the way, to make t-shirt sales, but I don't have much personal experience in this area. But 420, the first design says, I'm not perfect, but I'm dope as F, and then it's got the leaves. The next one says, a wee bit Irish. Okay, so a wee bit Irish. So they're locking in the 420 sales and locking in the St. Patrick's Day sales. The third one, I'm not comfortable with selling because it is very similar to a Nike logo, but it says, just hit it. I do think it's a hilarious design. There's a lot of really good designs, by the way, behind me, and not a lot of repetition. They've got the vertical American flag down there with the, oh man, that's good. Okay, there's a lot of good ones here. They've got the chemical formula for, I assume, THC. One says, show me your doobies instead of show me your boobies. They've got the EKG, the echocardiogram with the weed leaf. I mean, amazing. This is good. All right, moving on, guys. Emerging trends. Here are designs that have seen a spike in their demand over recent days. You've got a field day design, which I think that might be trademarked. I like to sell to people that are celebrating field day, but you cannot infringe on a trademark. I think it used to be trademarked anyways. It could have expired, but always remember, guys, everything we talk about, check trademarks first. Safety is, at the foremost in terms of priority. You got Pi Day, kindergarten shirts, some reading shirts, an Easter shirt behind me. It says He Has Risen. Moving on, looking ahead, if you want to sell in niches related to the lesser known holidays that are at least a month out, April 10th, Golfer's Day. And I know early April, typically when the Masters happens. So there's going to be a spike in demand for golf shirts, by the way. I'm just saying, hey, anybody that's still watching, a lot of people might have clicked off after niche number 5. But if you're still watching, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know that you're still here. The Masters is early April. Do not infringe on the Masters, but golf, that's like the Super Bowl of golf. Or, it basically is. I think most people would agree. There's going to be a spike in golf shirts, okay? Not just for April 10th, Golfer's Day. April 11th, National Pet Day. April 12th, Big Win Day. April 13th, International Plant Appreciation Day. April 15th, Tax Day. Got mine done, so no stress associated with saying that. But when they're not done, it sucks. The archive, here we go. So 11 months ago, these are the shirts that were selling well. You got the Taylor Swift stuff, was definitely popping back then, 11 months ago, basically a year ago. Some autism awareness stuff. In April, We Wear Blue, autism awareness. So there you go. That's probably indicative of what might be selling 1 month from today. Here are removed designs removed in the last week. So take a look. These are either removed by Amazon or by the uploader. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Quick reminder, my full print-on-demand course is linked in the description if you want to learn directly from me how I make six-figure profit every year since 2019 from print-on-demand. It is covered in the course to help you start, scale, and then automate your print-on-demand business as I did my own, speaking from experience. And check out my private community where we do multiple live streams a week. We have great guests. We have great resources. I mean, it's the best way to work with me directly because it's a lot cheaper than booking a one-on-one call, put it that way. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, please subscribe. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.